up one of its move slots for that. What else do I have? I have nothing. So if I don't want to use Crocodile as my main uh, cut user, I need something else. Now, typically, my preferred Pokemon for uh, land-based HMs is a Sandshrew. And because I'm playing HeartGold, I don't have to wait until I get the Goldenrod to get a Sandshrew. I can get one now if I happen to run into one. That being said, the encounter rate of Sandshrew is not phenomenal here. We're gonna find Zubat, Rattata, and Geodude more frequently. Here's one. I I have a concern that Extra Sensory would take it out. It's not same type attack bonus, it's not super effective, but it is 80 base power. But we got Sandshrew anyway. I don't need to nickname it, it's just here to use HMs. It will not be in battle. So I will teach it the two HMs I have access to, Cut and Rock Smash. I could now go back through Union Cave and get an item over there that's moderately useful, but I'll wait until I can just fly around. Not literally fly around, until I can get there without going through the cave again. Both Mareep and Wooper could have been caught by this point. Um, but we don't. Getting them as an egg gift allows me to actually use them in this playthrough. Slugma I would not be able to get naturally for quite some time. I believe I still have 3 repels. I will use them to try and get out of the forest faster. I'm not worried about trying to catch anything in here. There's a shrine up here which is related to a limited time distribution event. I thought there was an item there, but it does not appear so. There are lots of hidden mushrooms in Ilex Forest. You can like try and check various locations for them if you so desire. All the mushrooms can be used for in this game is selling. And there are some actual visible items on the ground. Well, technically visible, but which makes it easier for me to get through here. I think some of the mushrooms do come back sometimes. I don't remember offhand where all of them spawn. And I'm not too worried about money since I'm not like buying a lot of balls or anything. Now, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, this guy gave you TM1, which was Headbutt. Uh, Headbutt is not a TM anymore, but this guy will teach Headbutt to as many of your Pokemon as you want to know it, assuming that they can learn it. Now, confusion is a nice status effect, but Sweet Kiss only hits 75% of the time, so I'd rather have a reliable, powerful, uh, normal type move. And I'm willing to give up Leer if it means having Headbutt. 70 base power, Headbutt always hits. If you've been rolling with Tackle or Scratch until this point, as a typical Pokemon would normally start with, Headbutt is a big upgrade. I wish you got it before Bugsy and the second rival. The first time I got here, I freaked out because I thought she was stealing my Pokemon. But after that, your Pokemon walks right back over to you. The Kimono Girls weren't in. Well, the Kimono Girls had a reduced role in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. They still existed. There's an item somewhere around here, but I'm not sure where exactly. I'm not going to use a... I know I'm going to get into it probably a couple battles, but I don't want to use a Repel that close to the exit. This feels wrong. If you talk to this gatekeeper, she gives you TM12, which is taunt. It makes it so that the opponent can only use attacking moves for a little bit. I'm actually going to bypass all of these people for the moment. Actually, I'm going to catch the Drowsy if Headbutt doesn't take it out. Come on, Drowsy. I was going to trade it for the Machop so I could get the Macho Brace. Come on, you have a sliver of health. Thanks for that, Drowsy. You think that you had a good dream, but you can't remember it, a Drowsy has probably eaten it. So if I've told you that I forgot your dream, blame Drowsy. If I forgot a dream, blame Drowsy. It's not my fault. You can, in fact, avoid every trainer on this route if you want to wait and come back in a little bit. So the daycare still exists in this game, except now it's Lyra's grandparents. Or Ethan's grandparents if you're playing as Lyra. This is your boyfriend. I see. And she's going to explain to her grandma that her giving me her number doesn't mean anything. So you can have your Pokemon raised here, and you can also breed Pokemon here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The police officer will not battle me right now. They only battle you at night. There's one north of Goldenrod and one south of Goldenrod. They're the only policemen in the game. They do nothing to stop Team Rocket's criminal activities. TM63 embargo prevents the use of items. Completely useless in Wi-Fi battles because you can't use items then anyway. But if you're tired of an enemy trainer using full restores, then maybe embargo is your thing. Actually, does embargo prevent held items too? I'll look into that. Welcome to Goldenrod City. Everything here is fancy. It is a very big city. That house, you can check how much your Pokemon like you. Somewhere around here, there's a hidden item. Super Potion. And here, this is the bike shop. In Kanto, it costs 1,000,000 Pokédollars to get a bicycle. But because this branch is new and not well established, he will let you use a bike, hoping to get advertisement. So now we will go into our inventory and register the bike as a fast use item. And now I can just hit Y and get on my bike rather than need to ride around. The next place we're going to come is here to the radio tower. We have to answer this quiz. It is required. Yes, you can check the town map with your Pokegear. Nidorina can only be female. Kurt uses apricots as ingredients. No, he uses apricorns. It is impossible to use a TM on Magikarp. That is true. And is Professor Oak on with Marie? No, he's on with Mary. M-A-R-Y. So now we can listen to the radio. And Gym Leader Whitney. Wow, you did. I thought the answer to the third question was surely apricots. Time to go back to the gym. So you have to do that before she will return to the gym. Also, I'm going to come up here and talk to this person. Hi, I'm Buena. So, she will give me a point card for her radio program. Her radio program plays 8 times a day in the 2, 5, 8, and 11 o'clock hours. It is currently 2:55, so we can listen to it right now. It's the bottom right variety channel that she's on. So I wait for her to say what the password is. Today's password is Rattata. So we go to her. You can only do it once per day, not each time it's on. So I can't like do it again at 5. The password was Rattata. And she'll give my first point. As you get points, you will occasionally get items. For 1 point, you get a Pokeball. At higher point totals, you get things that are more useful than the Pokeball. But for now, that's all we get. There's also a lottery here. You can talk to the middle person. If the draw number matches the ID number of any of your Pokemon, you can win fabulous gifts. If all 6 numbers match, or if all 5 numbers match, you get a Master Ball. If one number matches, you get an Ultra Ball. Think if 2 digits match, you get like a PP up. You can get some excellent items from that. I will show briefly in the department store. For most of the game, the number of badges you have determines what's available at the store. But in the department store, they have like all the way up to max potions already available, full heals. If you come to the other guy, you can already buy Ultra Balls, even though normally Ultra Balls, Super and Max Repels, even though you normally need uh, more badges for those. But this is a department store. It follows different rules. I'm not going to go up to the top floor right now because it is not Sunday, so I can't get the TM that's up there anyway. If you come down here, there are some hidden items. And if you talk to the guy who's standing in front of the Machops, he will move the container that Machoke is standing in front of, which lets you get around the edges. None of the items down here are like super special, but it doesn't hurt to have them. Ethers are very nice. Anything that prevents you from having to go back to a Pokemon Center because you don't have enough power points. Don't want to forget that super potion. And I believe that's the last item down here. There's an item over there, but we will not get that for a long time. I wish I could get it now, but no. Simply not possible. Alright. And believe it or not, we are about to get our third Pokemon. But I need an open spot in my team. And since I don't need to use HMs right now, we're going to temporarily deposit Sandshrew. I want to keep all the eggs with me so that they hatch sooner. Let's check on the progress of those eggs, shall we? While I'm here. Doesn't seem close to hatching, doesn't seem close to hatching, doesn't seem close to hatching. They all take longer to hatch than Togepi does. So if I come up, all the way up here, and then talk to this guard. I received this letter the other day from a friend of mine. Here's the reply that I wrote. I am stuck here and was wondering if you could deliver it. He's on Route 31. Can you help a guy out? And he will give me a Spearow with mail. And technically, he's giving us a gift. We don't have to get rid of the Spearow at any point. I'm going to take the mail. I'll put it on a different Pokemon later. So now we have a Spearow. And the Spearow comes at level 20. So it already knows Aerial Ace, which never misses. I'm gonna rearrange its moves a little bit. Okay. This one is hasty, so it's even faster than normal Spearow, but we'll faint. And because it belongs to someone else. It belongs to Webster. Uh, it technically counts as a traded Pokemon, but we don't have to trade anything for it, so gift. I'm going to get the coin case, but I'm not going to ask you to watch me play Voltorb Flip today. I will probably win it at some point, but no. If I'm playing Soul Silver, this is where I get my Sandshrew, though. But since I'm playing HeartGold, I can get Ekans. I also get a free Abra. Alright, we are going to make our way. I'm going to put Spearow first. No, not first. I'm going to try and get up to the national park because there's something else that I want. This trainer, I believe, has Pidgey. No, I don't have to battle her anyway. I have to battle a trainer here. At least one. Diglett dig, Diglett dig. Spearow evolves at level 20. So, he gave us a level 20 Spearow, so we just have to level it up once and it will evolve into Fearow. As you can see, it is getting boosted experience since we are not the original trainer. We are, of course, used to boosted experience from the in-game trade run I did before. Okay, to try and avoid the juggler and the fire breather, I am going to turn off the running shoes temporarily. I have to remember that where I click in the game and where I click for real are different. So I'll wait until he turns to face the other way. Then walk by. Do the same with the fire breather. And for the time being, I can run. It is a Thursday, so I could do the bug catching contest if I wanted to. So this girl will give you a quick claw. It will sometimes allow a Pokemon to move first in battle, even if they're slow. There's also some other items here that I want to pick up. People here talk about the Pokewalker a lot because they wanted people to walk around in real life. The Pokewalker was how they got you to walk around in real life before Pokemon Go was a thing. And you get the TM for Dig. Dig is a ground type move. It takes 2 turns to activate, but does good damage. It can also be used to dig out of dungeons. So if you don't want to use an escape rope, you can use Dig instead. Okay. Mr. Fire Breather down here. Hello, Moontrap Growing. Thank you to the stream. I'm doing okay. Darn it. Well, at least I don't have to worry about him catching me anymore. This is Fire Breather Walt. He has 2 Magmar. One slightly lower leveled and one slightly higher leveled. I didn't want to battle him because Magmar gives special attack EVs and I didn't want them on Kenya, but here we are. I can learn Mirror Move, which makes me use the move they most recently used. I will get rid of Fury Attack because I don't like multi-attack moves. It's nice to meet you too. I will send in Togepi briefly, but the second Magmar is a higher level, so I will then probably switch into Crocodile to take care of it. We can level up Spearow for a little while since we did get the badge from Bugsy. We can it will be us up to level 30. I didn't mean to use Ice Fang. Oh, I didn't even see your whole name. Uh, the chat box cut part of it off. Alright, since Spiro leveled up, it will now evolve. In Generation 3, I would recommend holding off on evolving Spiro because in that generation it didn't learn uh, in Generation 3 it didn't learn Aerial Ace until level 25. And if you evolved it into Firo, it would never learn Aerial Ace. But in Generation 4 they changed the level, it learns it to level 17. So in this game I don't think there's any reason to wait to evolve. I wish I could use Krokorok, but Krokorok is Generation 5, so I can't use it. But it is one of my favorite Pokemon. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and battle the Juggler so I don't have to worry about avoiding him in the future either. He has a handful of Voltorb. And I forgot to put the Soothe Bell on Togepi. So his first Voltorb is merely level 2. Nothing to be concerned about. But he has 3 more of them. He sends them out in sequential level order. Charge slightly boosts special defense, but a level 6 Voltorb does not have any electric type moves to be powered up by charge. And our Togepi is now level 14. The third Voltorb is also level 14. But extrasensory is far more powerful than Tackle or Spark. So three hits will take it out. Prior to the special defense, at least it would have. Sonic Boom, however, does 20, so that is the last Voltorb my Togepi will be fighting this battle. I'll just send in Kenya to clean it up. Hey, thank you for subbing. So, Erwin made a liar of me. He sent out his highest level Voltorb before the level 10 one. Since Kenya is not ours, we cannot rename it, but Kenya is a fine name for a Firo anyway. Apparently, the saving of the Slowpoke is a big enough deal that he's heard about it over here. Our mom's calling us to tell us that she bought an item with our money. Before I forget again, let's get that Soothe Bell on Togepi. It makes friendship gains more effective, and as Togepi evolves for the first time because of friendship, I want that. Crocodile is not the fastest, so I will give it the Click Claw just so that it's got something. But none of these help Firo in any way. But I will find more held items eventually. So let's restore our Pokemon, and we're going to clear up the trainers south of goldenrod before we take on the gym, because Whitney is well regarded as a somewhat difficult trainer, or at least her Miltank is. So we will get a little bit more training in before I go to the gym. I suppose I could, do the trade I said I was going to do, and then uh, use the Macho Brace, but I think evolving Togepi sooner is more important than getting more EVs with it. Because right now Togepi is a baby Pokemon, which means its stats are not going to be great. It is getting the chance to use Yawn, which makes the Pokemon fall asleep in 2 turns. I think I enjoy lowering attack 2 stages and just the chaos that is Metronome more than I want Yawn. Camper Todd will trade numbers with you. Youngster Ian and Picnicker Gina on this route will also do so. I'll be heading back to heal somewhat regularly, since Togepi can't do too many battles at once. Let's see. Youngster Ian has a Diglett and a Mankey, which means I think I'm going to use Furo for him. Thank you. I appreciate that. But before I go traipsing off to battle more trainers, I will do the in-game trade, and I will get whatever my mom has been buying for me. Eventually, she gives you some very good items. Early on, not so much. She's already doing the berry. You get certain items at uh, milestones of total money earned, or total money saved, I should say. Uh, the items that she sends you at other times are the berries that reduce the damage of super effective hits of a certain type. So the Shuka berries are for super effective ground moves, Pyappa for psychic, and Charity for rock. There is one for each type, including normal, but because normal can never be super effective, it's just any normal move. So with 17 types in the game, we are looking for 17 types of berries that she may or may not send me in a reasonable amount of time. On this floor, there will be someone standing in that empty spot on Sundays only. And it will give you either the TM for frustration if your Pokemon don't like you, or the TM for return if they do like you. Return is a great normal type move that at max friendship has a base power of 102. And you can buy more later in the game, so it's just, I imagine several of my Pokemon in the course of this playthrough will know return at some point or another. Even in playthroughs where I'm not doing in-game trades, I'd like to do as many of the in-game trades as I can. because every Pokemon that you trade for in game has some item that it will be holding. And also it gives you lots of different original trainer numbers to work with. So you have a higher chance of winning something at the lottery in the radio tower. So I'm not going to go out of my way to do all of the in-game trades in this playthrough like I did before. But if no, it's just as simple as grabbing a drowsy on my way into Goldenrod and training it, then sure, I'll I'll do that. And I don't see any reason why I wouldn't at some point catch a Bellsprout and trade for that as well. Trade that for the Onyx, I mean. But I don't see any reason to train up a female Dratini into Dragonair to get Dodrio. That, that feels like it is just not necessary. So I'm not going to use Macho Brace all the time because I don't want my speed to be dropped. But when I'm battling relatively low level trainers and I know that they give EVs that a Pokemon will benefit from, why not? Fearow benefits from both speed and attack, which I get from this trainer, so why not get an extra point in each? Mankey will be an easy one-shot with Aerial Ace. Diglett will be too. It doesn't matter that it's not super effective. There are better trainers even than me. Alright. I believe this guy has Snubble? Pretty sure what he has is Snubble. Ah, you followed me as well, thank you. He also has a Mareep. Mareep gives special attack. Mareep and its evolutions are somewhat odd in terms of electric types. They do have massive special attack, which is nice, but unlike most electric types, they are fairly slow. And I generally prefer faster Pokemon, but I do love Ampharos. Not as much as Jolteon, but no, Ampharos is up there. Probably my second favorite electric type, if I were to be pressed on that at this moment. This kid, I think he has Zubat and Rattata, something like that. I've played through the games a lot, so I have a pretty good idea of what most trainers have. Oh yeah, it's a Sandshrew as well. Forgot about the Sandshrew. We'll have Togepi take that out. Togepi's going to have a mix of stats that I'm improving with it. I have some non-monotype electrics that I also enjoy a lot as well. Lantern is one that I like a lot. And that's water electric. Let's see, we've got, are any of them regional variants? Such as Alolan Raichu or Hisuian Geodude? I'm just gonna use Croconaw to fight Picnicker Gina. She has a couple Hoppips and a Bulbasaur. Which makes a, water type seem like a strange choice, but I have Ice Fang, so it'll be fine. Electros, yeah. Is Rotom Wash the only Rotom form you're a fan of, or do you like all forms of Rotom? Haven't used Toxtricity much. Jolteon is not only my favorite electric type Pokemon, it's my favorite Pokemon overall. I have a plush of it around here somewhere. So Picnic Gina can, on very, very rare occasion, call you to say that she got a leaf stone. I won't need a leaf stone in this playthrough, but mow, fan, and wash. Okay. The nice thing with Pokemon is even with 1,025 of them in existence now, most of them is at least someone's favorite Pokemon, even if underrated. Alright, we're gonna see if we can take out 2 gyms in one stream. So, this trainer has Meowth. Furo is not going to be a huge help against Arboliva. I'm actually not familiar with that one. Which means I know what generation it's from if I'm not familiar with it, because there's only one generation I haven't played. That is a pretty cool looking Pokemon. Yeah, generation 9, which is why I didn't know it. And I was wrong about this trainer, she has Sentret. So it's a 3-stage, part of a 3-stage evolution. does look pretty cool, so when I do finally play Generation 9, maybe I'll try it out. Could be my grass type. The hardest run I've ever done in HeartGold and Soul Silver was a grass type run. I kept throwing myself at the kimono girls over and over again, and it took me ages to get past Flareon. Which is somewhat disappointing to me because as far as I'm concerned, Flareon is the worst of the evolutions. So getting humbled by it over and over was not a terribly enjoyable experience. I was going to work very hard at the Pokeathlon to get a Thunderstone in this playthrough if I had been told that I wasn't allowed to use the eggs. But since I am allowed to use the Violet City eggs and will have a electric type in the form of Mareep, I don't need to try and get Jolteon, so I will probably do one of the time-based evolutions. So either Espeon or Umbreon. Because I already have a water type, I have a fire type, I have an electric type, so the stone-based evolutions don't make as much sense to me for this playthrough. Let's see, 2 more trainers here. And I love Legends Arceus so much. I think they really struck gold with that game. But yeah, sometimes the outbreaks are frustrating. This trainer has Jigglypuff. What Jigglypuff is best at is having high HP. So we're going to hope that I get plenty of flinches with extra sensory so that they don't survive and try and put me to sleep. If they disable extra sensory, then I go to headbutt, which can also make them flinch. So many flinches. That is why I reset until I got a Togepi that had Serene Grace instead of Hustle, so that I could make them all flinch. Q-Charm was annoying, but it is based on that specific Pokemon, not uh, anything else. Unfortunately, I have male Pokemon, which means Whitney will be able to use Attract on them. I mean, yes, I have Kenya, but Kenya is not going to be as helpful against Whitney because of uh, Miltank's rollout being a rock type move. It'll be super effective. The doctor is in and is going to headbutt you. I'm not sure if I got any shinies in Legends Arceus besides the guaranteed Ponyta. But I would have to double check. It's been a little while since I played. I've gotten a number of shinies while playing through this game. I mean, not on this playthrough, but just overall. I've gotten Goldeen, Rattata, Drowsy, Clefairy. I envy your fortune. Did you just find a lot of shinies, or did you purposefully seek them out? I'm going to remove the Macho Brace from Kenya and lead with it. I have a plan for Whitney. I don't know if it'll work, but I have a plan. It'd be nice if I beat Whitney first try and could just move on. I can get Eevee after beating this gym. Hi, I'm Whitney. So her first Pokemon is a Clefairy. It's not terrifying. She sure was. It metronomed Pin Missile and just missed. I don't mind her using her Super Potion on Clefairy. I'm less worried about Clefairy, so if she wants to use an item healing it, that is completely fine with me. So my plan now is to send out Togepi. And we are going to use Charm to try and bring down its attack. Yes, Attract is a problem, and being immobilized by love is an even bigger problem. And Stomp got a critical hit, and that's just horrible. Got fully immobilized. I gotta. Ah. I would not mind hearing about your shinies. So now I will send in Kenya to try and obliterate its defense. That should be enough for. And then an aerial ace almost took it out in one hit. Yeah, she's gonna use a super potion, but the next aerial ace will take it out. Stat reducing moves. That's how you win. First try, Whitney. Even with the crit against me. So she will cry. If you come over here, this girl will tell you that Whitney always cries when she loses. And we get our plane badge. So I'll be able to use strength outside of battle when I get it. And I was worried about Firo because I expected her to take it out with rollout, but she never tried to use rollout in the battle. So, okay. Maybe it was because I had lowered her attack with charm, and the first hit of rollout is so weak that she just decided to not do it. I need to come in here to get the squirt bottle. I'll need that to progress. At some point, I will come and defeat the trainers in the underground and all the trainers north of Goldenrod. But for now, I'm just going to rush progression to get to Ekritik so I can get my Eevee. Actually, that's only half true. I am going to take out some of the underground trainers right now because I can boost my Togepi's happiness more if I do that. She'll give me the fashion case, which I never use. Someone is calling me, but it says spam risk, so I will ignore it. So this guy has, I believe, a couple Grimer. Togepi has extra sensory, which would take them out real quick. Leaving a voicemail, I see. Okay, Ambipom. Snorlax is my second favorite Pokemon. Two shiny Alpha Chatot, Murkrow, Honchkrow, Gliscor, Staraptor, Staravia, Rotom Fan, two Driflims, two Luxrays, Suing Avalon, Mamoswine, Infernape, Toxicroak, Abomasnow, Brasilia, Roserade, Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Paldon, Walrein, two Golducks, Bronzong, Cricketune, Gastrodon, Gyarados, shiny Alpha Scizor, Parasect, Shinx, Chansey, Crobat, Shinx, Glalie, and Frostlass. That is quite a list. Now, it is a scam call. They want me to pay for a phone that I do not own. I did not purchase a phone, so. Oh, you can't forget Magikarp. That gold Magikarp is a thing of beauty. And then this guy has Lickitung. He is under the misapprehension that having given his Pokemon a haircut makes it more powerful. But that is just not how it works, sir. I'm gonna use a charm because its stomp can be annoying. And then we're gonna try a metronome and see what happens. Thunderfang is fun. Let's try another. Mach Punch. And now I'm confused. And I use Confusion. How interesting. Icicle Spear is a multi-hit move. And I got 5 hits. The Pokemon that's most likely to know Icicle Spear is Cloyster and Shelder. And they have the skill link ability, so it always hits 5 times. So it's amusing that I got 5 there. Lickitung is your favorite Pokemon, Cry? This is a pretty cool one. Or the outbreak you're doing in Legends Arceus. Alright, there are Haircut Brothers here. This one it costs a little bit more than the other brother, but gives you more friendship. I will invest 500 in making Togepi evolve sooner. If I'm going to do one of the friendship-based evolutions of Eevee instead of one of the stone ones, I want to make sure that Togepi evolves as quickly as possible so I can switch the Soothe Bell to Eevee. It's also why I want to keep Togepi in the first slot of my party because whichever Pokemon is walking behind you gets friendship just by moving. But uh, if I get to Ekritik today, I can then come back and get the Eevee. I can get the dowsing machine, and in the process of getting there, I will also get the berry pots, so I can start growing the Oran berries for future exploits as well. But first, I'm going to come over here to the Pokeathlon Dome. I'm not going to do the Pokeathlon right now, but at least get all the talking stuff out of my way so that if I do decide I need it, and I may, because Togepi evolves into Togetic through friendship, but then it evolves to Togekiss through a shiny stone, and the only out and in the open shiny stone I need all 16 badges to get, and I don't want to wait until that point to get Togekiss. So I will need to do the Pokeathlon after I get the National Dex to get my Shiny Stone. So you said 3 of the 11 outbreaks were Stantler, but what was the outbreak of your favorite Pokemon cry? I know there are hidden items here. Ah, Nosepass. I want to get a little further before battling all the trainers in the national park. He has Abras and Kadabra. Thankfully, he doesn't have an Alakazam, but why would a trainer this early have an Alakazam? That would not be fair. He's going to send out Kadabra. I'm going to stick with it. All he's trying to do is lower my accuracy. If I can keep hitting everything, we'll be fine. I'm going to listen to those passes cry. That is a neat cry. Most of us have only heard Nosepas's cry when fighting Roxanne, which may negatively color our opinion of it. But looking at it outside of the context of an annoying trainer, it is a nice cry. I missed a lot of headbutts, but I knew Abra couldn't actually hurt me, so no problem. I don't want Encore. I don't like Encore. I have used it effectively in the past, but I thought the Nidos were in Arceus. Are they not? Okay, so I'm going to save before uh, squirting the Sudowoodo. I'm not going to use it, but if I catch it, it will never come back. Ninetales. Yes, I remember seeing Ninetales in the game. I did play Brilliant Diamond, so that could be the issue. So I'm going to try a Water Gun and see if that takes it out. No, it will survive multiple Water Guns. That's good news for me. I'm going to try Great Ball. See if I can get the Sudowoodo gone for good. Cool. So now even if I delete the Elite Four, I won't have to clear the Sudowoodo again. It is caught and in my box forever. And we get the berry pots. She gives me orange berries, and she gives you pecha berries. You also have a prism berry if you traded for the. You'll have additional berries if you've done certain things. Like I got an additional pecha berry when I opened up the escape rope room in the ruins. And you can have a prism berry if you traded for Onyx in Violet City. I'm going to register the berry pots as my other item. And I'm going to go ahead and plant I'm going to plant 3 of my orange berries. And I'll have to remember to come back on my computer periodically to water these. Because there's a point not too far in the future where I'll want a lot of orange berries. And in the additional spot, I will plant one of the pecha berries because it doesn't hurt to be able to heal yourself of poison at any time. Are we hurt? Not terribly hurt. I have to do at least one more battle before I can get into Critique. If you have one Pokemon, these 2 will battle you one at a time. But if you have 2, they will make it a double battle. Yeah, fully evolved Pokemon though. I'm gonna focus my attacks on Clefable and see if I can take it down. They each have a Clefable and a Wigglytuff. So their Pokemon are the same, they just send them out in different orders. Alright, now it's a 2-on-1 battle. But we've already seen that my attacks uh, combined will take them down anyway, so we'll get through this pretty quick. Flail does more damage as your HP gets lower. Ideally, I would not let myself get too low in HP. The only time I think of where having low HP is terribly helpful is Gen 1 speedruns, where if your health is in the red, it allows you to skip through text boxes faster. But in Gen 1 speedruns, you don't use Flail anyway, so. It's mostly Thrash and Horndrill. Speaking of Stantler, hello Stantler. Alright, we are now in Ecruteak. And if I come in here, Bill will come down and get in my way. Hi, I'm Bill. I'm the one who developed the system to transfer Pokemon. And then he tells me about Lynette and Helen. And he's heading back to Goldenrod to see his folks. And if I go back to Goldenrod and go talk to him, he will give me an Eevee for free. And I want that Eevee, but I won't go back right now. I need to decide whether I would rather have Espeon or Umbreon, and then I will reset to get the nature I want. For now, I will come over to the right here, and this is where we get strength. A hiker will run out of the mountain and give it to us, as an apology for running into us. Literally running into us. I can get over to Mahogany if I go through the mountain. I cannot surf until I beat Morty. Morty's gym is going to be an absolute joke in this playthrough. Oh, we get an egg hatch. When is hatching first? Probably Mareep. I got it first. No, Slugma is hatching first. Even better. So Slugma is a fire type and evolves into Magcargo, which is a fire rock type. So let's take a look at our level 1 Slugma. It's naughty. It has magma armor, so it cannot be frozen. Naughty boosts attack and special defense. Its special defense is not what it is known for anyway, nor is its attack. It only knows Yawn and Smog right now, so we'll definitely need to put some work into making it useful. It is not right now. The other eggs are close to hatching too. I'm going to deposit the Wooper when it hatches. It's a watered ground type that is more physically oriented. I already have my starter is water and is better. This guy will give me the dowsing machine, which allows me to find hidden items. He gives that to you and informs you that there might be hidden items in the burn tower. But there are also items hidden throughout the Ecruteak itself. Like if you check here, there's a Hyper Potion. And if you come over here, there's a rare candy. And also on the left-hand side of town, by one of the lanterns, this one, there's an Ultra Ball. Also up outside of the burned tower, come over here, and there's an Ether. I believe those are the only items hidden outside in Ecruteak. And our next Pokemon is hatching. Here's the Wooper. Wooper can have two abilities. It can have Damp, which prevents explosions, or it can have Water Absorb, which makes it heal from water attacks rather than be damaged. This is a lonely one with Damp. Boosted attack and lowered defense is decent for a Wooper. Its survivability comes from its high HP rather than its defensive stats. And in terms of attacking, as I said before, it is more physically oriented than specially. So, boosting its physical attack is decent. But I am happy with my current water type, so I will stick with it. I'm going to withdraw the Sandshrew. There's a couple rock smash slash cut things that I want to go pick up. Now, if I hop down the right-hand side, I do have to battle a trainer. So, while I don't necessarily want to expose myself to potential wild encounters, it is necessary if I want to avoid the trainer battles. So the first thing we're going to get, let's hop on the bike to make this go a little bit faster. And also move Togepi back to the front slot so it's getting friendship. I think it still gets a friendship even if you're on your bike, so it's not actively walking behind you. And our Reap is hatching just a few steps from where we got the egg. And Reap, even if I don't like its nature, will be a member of the team for sure. But let's see what I got. Jolly nature. Oh, for Pete's sake. That is the absolute worst. It has horrible physical attack. It has great special attack, but that's being lowered. Having boosted speed gains is still not going to make it a fast Pokemon. Jolly is absolutely horrible for Reap. I'll make it work, but I am not pleased about that. So I'll break this rock. I got a blue shard. I can trade in shards for berries. And hidden back here is a Hyper Potion. I wasn't worried about getting it earlier because how many of my Pokemon have 200 HP? Next we're going to pop over to the Ruins of Alph. There are several items here that I was not able to get before because I did not have the Rock Smash. But I did not grab that Great Ball either. But over here, there are several rocks blocking our way. If I break this rock, I can get that rare candy. And then there are two rocks over here. If I break one of them, you can get shards from breaking rocks. You can get fossils. You can get encounters. You can get some other rare items like revives and such. So if you want, and every time you exit and re-enter the ruins of Alpharia, the rocks will respawn. So it's easy to just keep making them respawn and keep smashing until you get something you like. That's how I get Aerodactyl when I want it. It's my favorite flying type. Alright. We could not cut this tree before, but now we can. There's this hidden super potion there. And there's also this man. Roar! People run when I roar, but you came looking. That pleases me. Now take this. And he gives you TMO5. Guess what it is? Roar! It's roar. Even Pokemon run from a good roar. Roar. And one more item I want to pick up now. There's a hidden item in the water right over there, but I don't have surf, so I can't get it. But if I come down over to the entrance of Union Cave, there's a rock tucked away over here. Essentially, we'll break that rock as well. And we will find the shell bell. The shell bell will give you a little bit of health back when you damage an enemy, based on how much damage you do to it. So I'll put it on someone who does good damage. Slugma does not have a fire type move yet, but I'll give it a no, I'll give it a I started this playthrough on a Friday, which means I have the poison barb, and it does know a poison type move. And I will give Reap the Hardstone. It doesn't have a rock type move, but I don't want it to feel left out. The item that boosts electric type moves can be gotten on Sunday. So I have two good reasons to play on Sunday. The return TM and the magnet. So that will probably be when I stream this game next. Actually, I don't stream on Sundays. I work on Sundays. I'll play on Sunday to get those items, and then talk about it when I stream the game again. Okay. I've been going for a little over 2 hours. I don't need to stop yet. I don't think. Wouldn't it be wild if I got 3 gym badges today? I can make that happen. I just have to be able to beat my rival. If I can beat my rival, I can beat the entire gym. In Generation 2, at least Gold and Silver, you did not have to battle your rival in the burned tower. Morty was already in his gym, and you could go in to burn the tower and just avoid triggering a battle with your rival. Now I can go into battle. I can go into the tower and avoid triggering the fight, but to actually get Morty to go to his gym, I do have to win the fight. I'm just gonna put strength on my Sentry real quick. I will get rid of Scratch because he has better normal moves. There's another thing I need to do though. I have not picked up Surf yet. I can't use Surf out of battle yet, but I can get Surf and put it on Crocodile for a much more powerful water move than Water Gun. This rocket wants the Kimono Girl to do a hula dance, and instead he's going to spin. He will spin forever and ever and ever until you talk to him. Just one single rocket grunt here, not a full rocket plot line with executives and all that. All he has is a single coughing. It's only level 12. I have extra sensory. Good night. Oh no, you make me look like a villain. The Kimono Girl will compliment you on your strength if you talk to her. And no matter which way you go, the gentleman will walk up to you and will give you HMO3. In Generation 2, you also got the Surf HM here, but you had to battle all the Kimono Girls to get it. But they were weaker back then. Still, the only Pokemon on my team that can learn Surf is Crocodile. I will get rid of Water Gun because Water Gun is 40 base power and Surf is 95. This is not the best water move that Crocodile will learn. As it is a physical attacker, I'll want to give it Waterfall eventually. But it's a while yet before I can get Waterfall, so I'll stick with Surf. I'll come in here and do a quick save state before I battle my rival in case he gives me trouble. But first, we'll talk to Yucine. My name is Yucine. I'm on the trail of Pokemon named Suicune. Suicune is downstairs. So before you can go downstairs, your rival will notice you. Oh, it's you. Must be ready to catch a legendary Pokemon and make yourself look strong. That is only a dream. See, legendary Pokemon sees a trainer like me who is sworn to become the strongest trainer. In Pokemon Masters, he got Ho-Oh, so good for him. That's another thing I have not played in ages. So he leads with the Ghastly. I have extra sensory, which will be super effective. All it can do to me is use a curse. It can't deal damage with ghost type moves because Togepi is normal type. But I do still take a quarter of my damage, quarter of my health in damage. Both Crocodile and Furo can easily handle Bayleaf. I'm choosing Crocodile because I like Ice Fang. Except now he's got his defense up, so that'll be a problem. But Ice Fang can freeze, it can also cause flinches. Synthesis is a problem, but Eventually his reflect will wear off and I'll do much more damage. He knows magical leaf now instead of razor leaf, which did enough damage. It's okay. I do still have Furo. It will outspeed and take him out with an aerial ace. His remaining Pokemon are Magnemite and a Zubat. Obviously, he wants to send in the Magnemite on the flying type. I will see what I can do to it with Extra Sensory. Normally, I'd use Slugma here, but as it does not know a fire move yet, and it's level 1, I'm going to send it out as a sacrifice, though. I want to heal up Togepi, so I'm sending out Father to give me a chance to use a free potion. But I do have concerns here. I need to avoid being confused. I have to break through confusion and paralysis to damage him. I should have kept Crocodile. I'm going to have to use Furo. Now, I can't... He does resist my moves, but I will try Pursuit. That's not doing much more than Extra Sensory was. If he uses Sonic Boom, I'm going to Uno reverse him. One more hit will take him out. I snapped out of the confusion and broke through the paralysis. This is a rival battle, which means it's considered a major battle. And Togepi will get more friendship out of that. Trying to remember if there's a particular level I want to evolve Togepi by. Let me check something. Togetic. Gen 4 learn set. Togetic learns follow me at 24, wish at 28. I'll be fine. Togepi's evolving now. So yeah, I'll be fine. Hurry. The only move that Togepi learns that Togetic does not is Uproar. And I do not need Uproar. It locks you in and prevents Pokemon from sleeping. Now, the upside to Uproar is that it only uses one PP. It's also worth mentioning that Togepi doesn't actually learn Uproar through level up. Is it a breeding move? I don't know, it doesn't tell me. Either way, I don't need Uproar. Now I have Togetic. Much higher base stats. I'll clear out the rest of Burn the Tower a little later. For now, I think I'm just going to go through the gym. Suicune pauses for a moment and looks at me. Did you see it? Suicune raced by like a blur right in front of my eyes. I have been chasing Suicune for almost 10 years, but I've never been this close. My character has been alive for 10 years, and he was already closer to the Suicune than you. And releasing the trio here is what will trigger Morty to go back to his gym. Now, I've been saying that the fourth gym is going to be a joke in this playthrough, and the reason being is Togetic. Togetic has extra sensory, an 80 base power psychic move that is going to be super effective against all of the ghost poison types in Morty's gym, because all they use is Ghastly, Haunter, and in the case of Morty himself, Gengar. Extra sensory will be super effective against all of them. In addition, Togepi and Togetic are part normal type, which means all of their ghost type moves do absolutely nothing. The only way they can damage me at all is through Curse, which cuts half of their own HP, and Sucker Punch, which is not very strong. Now that I don't need the Sooth Bell on it anymore, I will take it off, and I will use the Macho Brace while going through the gym, because Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar all give beautiful special attack EVs, and sweeping through the gym with Togetic will allow me to get many. Moves that Togetic will know at the end are things like Air Slash and Aura Sphere and Extra Sensory, all special moves, so getting a special attack even higher is advantageous. Because of the Macho Brace, I'm going to move slower than all of them, so they could try and do things like Spite to make me need to heal more frequently, or maybe put me to sleep with Hypnosis. Mean Look doesn't matter, I have no interest in switching out anyway. And since I take them all out in one move, the Mean Look is immediately invalidated. Spite is not dangerous, but it's annoying. I chose not to use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer for this playthrough to enable Pokemon to evolve without stones. So I will have to wait until post Elite Four to get Togekiss. But Togetic will be more than enough through that point. Honestly, the three Pokemon I have with me uh, that are not level 1, the Feraligatr, Fearow, and Togetic could be the Elite Four by themselves. There's our first Hunter of the gym. It's also the first Pokemon to survive a hit. But now I'm leveling up and another Hunter of equal stats would not survive. If I can break through the confusion, we will see proof of that now. Or he'll use Curse and it won't matter either way. And since the battle's over, I won't take any Curse damage. They've had chances with things like Confuse Ray, but I haven't taken damage yet. The lights go out in this gym as you defeat each trainer, but you can exit the gym to bring the light back. Or just know that, no, the trainers here do not stand on air. You finally did damage by using Sucker Punch. That's all she can do is use Sucker Punch. And I'm already up to level 23. Togetic is growing by leaps and bounds. And getting one attack each level. Just, I know it's a special attacker. Go one step behind her and then up. This is the last trainer before Morty. We're back to Ghastly. Now that is the most dangerous thing they can do, is use Curse on turn 1. So that even as I'm taking out Pokemon, I am getting damaged. That is the only way they can actually have a chance of defeating me. But I do still have Firo in the back, who has strong aerial ace and super effective pursuit. And we also have Crocodile, who can hit them with Bite if I want something super effective, or Surf if I want something same type. We have plenty of ways to win these fights, even if Togetic happens to go down. Well, we will be going into Morty at level 24. His highest Pokemon is his level 25 Gengar. Follow Me is a move that is used in double battles. It makes the enemy Pokemon target the Pokemon that used Follow Me. There are some double battles in this game. We've done a couple of them already. And there are a few other cases where twins or a couple will battle me. But there's not that many of them. Only one of them I actually consider dangerous. And I think we'll have everything we need to handle that battle. I'm going to go ahead and heal more, both to get my health back and because I was getting kind of low on Follow Me. On Extrasensory. I have a bunch of ethers, but I don't think I need to be using them when I can warp out of the location and easily get a full heal. I reached enough money to get the repel that she sends. And a bunch more berries. The berries she sends you is random. It's not going to prioritize the ones you don't have. It's not going to look at the types of Pokemon you have on your team and prioritize giving you those berries. So the most dangerous thing Morty can do is use Shadow Ball. But as Togetic is normal type, Shadow Ball is immune to Shadow Ball. Now, things can happen, so I'm still going to save. You never know for sure how a gym battle is going to go. I had a plan for Whitney, and then she crit stomp. I still won, but no. Alright, if you win this, that's 3 gym badges in one stream. Even when I had to restart. So, first up is Ghastly. It will be one shot. It's using Mean Look, so it's wasting its turn. He's sending out a Haunter next. Level 21. It's using Hypnosis, which is a drag, but I'm going to switch out after this. Oh, he does have Dream Eater. I'm going to switch out between Pokemon to remove the curse. I'm going to send in a scrub. Have fun, Slugma. And I'm going to burn an item I don't want in my inventory. I have the energy powder. I didn't use it on Togetic before because I needed it to have more happiness to evolve. But now that it's already evolved, I don't need the happiness anymore. So Slugma fainted, but Togetic is back to full health and ready to fight. He will use Sucker Punch because he knows I'm attacking. That did about half. I believe he is in healing range now. Somebody will use a Hyper Potion. But he does not have another, did not have another citrus berry. So I was able to take him out. We're on low health, but we're fine. Croconaw is a lower level than Furo or Togetic now, so I will let it come out and play. Let's see, let me look at my stats real quick. Its attack is only 9 higher than its special attack. I think Surf is going to do more than Bite. Either move would take it out after it uses Curse though, so even without a crit. And first try Mighty Victory. I did need to heal my Togetic, but no. Kyoko, welcome to the stream. Things are going well. I just got a third gym battle in one stream. Or a third badge in one stream. Shadow Ball is a very nice move. I'm not sure if I'll teach it to any of my Pokemon, but if I end up going with Espeon, I would probably teach Shadow Ball to that. Can I make a poll? I don't know if that's something I can do through the stream manager or not. I'm not sure if I can make a poll or not. I'll ask people. My favorite Pokemon in HeartGold? That would be the same as my favorite Pokemon overall, which is Jolteon. I won't be using Jolteon in this playthrough, but it is my favorite Pokemon overall. Okay. I think what we should do now is we should battle some trainers. So that I have to stop worrying about avoiding them every time I come around. So we've got this guy here. His only Pokemon is a Drowsy. I will bite it. And since I took him out now, I won't have to worry about battling him on Sunday when I go back for the magnet. If I take out these two, then I don't have to keep an eye on them every time I'm heading back up to Ekritik. Got Meryl and Mareep. I'm going to headbutt the Mareep, and I'm going to do Aerial Ace the Meryl. And since I just got the 4th gym badge, I don't have to worry about Firo leveling up above 30 and it stopping listening to me. It will now listen to me up to level 50, and there's no way that I get it up to or above that level anytime soon. For the record, I can also now surf outside of battle, so if I want to do that, I can. And get some additional items throughout the game. But I'll probably do a cleanup of all the items I can get now that I have my ability to use both surf and strength outside of battle once I get fly, so I can just get around to the areas faster. School Kid Alan has a Tangela. In certain playthroughs where I can only use a particular type of Pokemon, Tangela has been dangerous before. But if I have a Furo that knows Aerial Ace, then a Tangela is not an issue at all. You can find fire stones, so if you want to evolve a Pokemon via fire, you definitely want to make sure that you register him. There is an awakening nearby. It's in the grass. Straight up from here. Someone in the stream earlier was talking about playing Legends Arceus as well. It is a fantastic game. Probably my favorite outside of the main line. I think, personally, I still give the edge slightly to HeartGold and Soul Silver overall, but it's certainly phenomenal. So I cannot fault anyone who says their favorite is that game. Bugcatcher Arnie is another who will give me his number. And I'm going to come down here to get some items. I mean, I would say that I was so excited when HeartGold and Soul Silver came out because of nostalgia for Generation 2, but since then I feel like they stand on their own as excellent games in their own right. I mean, Generation 4 made so many
vital updates to the series that I think the refresh made them even better. I mean, Generation 2 was already so much better than Generation 1. You had a proper bag to actually carry items. This is a bird keeper, so naturally he has birds. Yeah, I got HeartGold the day it came out. That was also around the time the 3DS came out, so I haven't actually played the Generation 4 games all that much on the original DS. But I went straight from DS to 3DS. I never had like the DSi or anything like that. Alright, there's another trainer over here, and I don't want to have to keep dodging her every time I leave. No, I'm not going to the gym. I already beat the gym. Kim. She's got a Vulpix. I wish I had sent out Togetic for that. I play a lot of games on stream. Even just sticking to streaming, I also do Skyrim, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Story of Seasons. I stream Skyrim on Tuesday. I haven't decided which of the other games I'll stream tomorrow yet, but I'll do one of them. And then I play all sorts of other games off of stream as well. Let's see. I'll put Crocodile back up front. I haven't started leveling up Reap or Slugma yet because I haven't decided how I want to. Uh, I haven't decided how I want to use them yet. I'm going to have to put a lot of investment into the Reap because I ended up getting Jolly. Now, I am familiar with both of those games, but that's the type of game I don't play a whole lot of. Meryl's HP. I have a problem with Electric type Pokemon right now. Crocodile is weak to it, Fearow is weak to it, Togetic is weak to it. So I'll need either a ground type Pokemon or something that at least has some ground type moves. I tried Genshin briefly, but did not stick with it. Alright. I am approaching the 3 hour mark, which is about as long as I typically stream Pokemon. So I'm not going to be live for much longer, but we will not end quite yet. There are a couple other trainers in the underground we did not clear out. But once I defeat them, everyone up to National Park will have been defeated. So it's not something we'll have to worry about in the future. I do not stream every day. I do stream on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And depending on how well work goes, I will sometimes stream on Thursday. Work went fairly well yesterday, which is why I'm streaming now. I don't remember what this guy has. Oh yeah, Slowpoke. Well, that's HP type. And I try to start around 2 p.m. Central each of those days, just so it's relatively consistent. It can be tough getting started, but it's a good time, usually. This guy I know has Magnemite. Isn't Teru, uh, yeah, my work is, delivery, and I choose when I work, so that gives me the freedom to stream whenever. But I wouldn't mind a job where I actually work fixed hours, because sometimes delivery just doesn't go well. Yep, that's a fine way to do it. Let's see. So that character's name is Teru, which as a Japanese verb apparently means to shine or to illuminate, which I guess would make sense with him using electric uh, Pokemon. I was getting confused with Teru, which I keep hearing on TV, which is Technical Assistance Response Unit. That's spelled with an A, not an E. Okay, so in terms of leveling up Mareep, if I'm not playing at night, I'm going to talk about EVs for a little bit here. Generally, I want it to be strong in special attack mostly. In the Bell Tower, Sprout Tower in Violet, at nighttime there's an 85% chance of encountering a uh, Ghastly, which gives special attack. But that only really matters if I'm playing at night. If I'm playing during the day, the place I would go to get the most consistent special attack EVs would actually be Ilex Forest. When you're surfing there, the only Pokemon you will encounter are Psyduck and Golduck, which will give special attack. Now, once Mareep levels up a little bit and learns electric type moves, it will be able to handle them by itself. But for now, it would be mostly switch training. Yeah, you want to make sure you're spending sufficient time on art and graphics. Slugma and Magikarp is a Pokemon I haven't really used, so I'll have to check into what it's good at before I decide how I want to train it and level it up. Mareep will get its first few levels quickly. It learns Thunder Shock at level 10 and then evolves for the first time at level 15. So I don't think it will be beating any Pokemon here by itself until it's at least level 10. And these level 14 and 15 Psyduck are actually the lower range of the level I will find here. So it'll probably not be until Mareep evolves into Flaffy that I'm ready to take them out by itself. Thank you, and I wish you luck as well with work, attempting to stream, and your art. Okay, so this one I could probably take it out if I weren't slower. In terms of EV training, it's always nice when you have a Pokemon that has a super effective move, like Mareep will have. Uh, if you're going as far as actually counting your IVs, which I'm not doing right now, counting EVs, excuse me. I'm not counting them right now, but if you have a move that always takes out the Pokemon in that area, you can use how much PP you have remaining of that move to count for you. I've done that with many electric type Pokemon in this particular pond. So I will probably spend some time uh, when I'm playing on Sunday to come down here and keep training. But I just wanted to see the general process I'll be following to try and catch Mareep up to the rest of the team. You don't need to watch me grind for however long I'm going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call the stream, but I'm going to park myself right in front of. Actually, I'm going to park myself right here. This is Bill. When I talk to him, he will give me an EV. I'm going to figure out what I want to evolve my EV into. And then at the start of the next stream, I will reset until I get an EV of a favorable nature for said evolution. But for now, I'm going to call it. If you are watching live on YouTube or Twitch, thank you for being here. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going, it is progressing favorably for you, and I will see you in the next one.